I tell them, the most important thing is not the book. The most important thing is what the professor says, right? Because we're going to write the exam. And then we pick the questions. So what do you think we're going to pick? We're going to pick the thing we just went over.
When I take notes in econ, I try to write down everything that the professor writes on the board, whether it's a graph. I try to make sure I label all the axes and the different curves. And then I also try to put the definitions or explanations that go along with the graph so it all comes together. And I think it's crucial when a professor writes something on the board if let's say for instance he puts a table on the board, he puts a graph, and then he puts the explanation. Make sure you put everything in your notes so when you look back at it later you're not confused about, well, what does this graph mean, or this table is just here, I don't know what that goes with. So make sure you put everything that goes along with it so when you read back to study for your exam you understand what's going on and you understand what you need to study.
I try to read in the advance before the professor gave the lecture. So like when I get to the class, I understand more what the professor teach me. Like I think it will be great if you study like for 2 days. I mean like after 2 or 3 days, what I mean is you forget everything already. So like just trying to study like as long as it's finished so your mind is fresh and you will remember what the professor just said. I take notes. I'm trying to take notes as much as I can whenever the professor say, but like I cannot take note everything in English because it takes time for me. So I take note in my language. So it made me faster. Before I came here, like my father told me to like record everything in the class, but like I try to do it. I asked the professor first like whether I can record their like lectures, and then every professor said yes. And then I record their lecture, but I really don't have any time to like listen back what the professor the lecture I record. I did not have no time. But like what I'm trying to do is I always rely on the book because I still don't know like 100% of what the professor explained. So what I have to do is I have to rely on the book. Usually economic books are really thick, so like all the things you need is in the book. Yeah.